XRP markets heating up, analysts posting charts, speculation across social media, whispers of forecasts from top traders, community excitement rising, narratives building around institutional moves, investors weighing macro events, Fed policies looming, inflation data pending, market liquidity shifting, whale wallets accumulating, exchanges reporting higher volumes, derivatives open interest climbing, leveraged positions building, some expecting breakouts, others warning of pullbacks, the range tightening, volatility coiling, traders watching resistance at key levels, support zones defended, candles forming compression patterns, speculation rising by the hour, targets from $1 to $5, extreme predictions hitting headlines, cautious voices urging patience, long-term holders unmoved, regulatory clarity anticipated, speculation fueled by possible ETF approvals, legal wins reinforcing confidence, Ripple partnerships resurfacing, banking corridors expanding, new pilots confirmed, speculation anchored in fundamentals, speculation chasing hype, narratives colliding, short-term versus long-term, day traders chasing pumps, investors hedging positions, AI-driven forecasts circulating, predictive algorithms suggesting trends, on-chain metrics analyzed, wallets active, transaction counts stable, liquidity pools swelling, speculation tied to adoption, speculation tied to scarcity, escrow releases monitored, burns discussed, supply shocks debated, price forecasts multiplying, influencers amplifying sentiment, community divided between fear and greed. Uncertainty remains, speculation thrives, optimism elevated, skepticism persists, every move dissected, every chart scrutinized, new catalysts looming, September often volatile. Seasonal cycles remembered, previous bull run studied, fractals compared, speculation aligned with history, speculation diverging into new theories, investors preparing for outcomes, portfolios adjusted, strategies planned, price forecasts rising daily, speculation now a dominant force, XRP hovering near resistance, traders split on direction, forecasts extending into October, speculation fueled by macro signals, dollar index movements tracked, bond yields impacting sentiment, gold prices rising, Bitcoin correlation tightening, Ethereum lagging, altcoin rotations anticipated. Capital inflows observed, speculation intensifies, analysts posting Fibonacci targets, chartists highlighting wedge formations, triangles closing, breakouts imminent, targets projected, $1 psychological barrier, $2 long-term ambition, $5 speculative horizon, rumors of institutional entry, whispers of sovereign funds, speculation about central banks testing corridors, Ripple executive comments dissected, every interview parsed, partnerships with banks highlighted, corridors in Asia and Middle East gaining traction. Speculation tied to global liquidity shifts, ETF narratives strong, approval timelines speculated, September decisions looming, October deadlines noted, speculation about Ripple IPO returning, talk of valuation exceeding tens of billions, price forecasts leaning bullish, skeptics warning about overextension, volatility inevitable, markets waiting for Fed decision, interest rate cuts or holds, liquidity injections possible, recession fears debated, speculation ties macro to micro, Ripple. Lawsuits resolved, regulatory clarity assumed, clarity sparks optimism. Speculation about market makers preparing, liquidity provisioning anticipated, on-chain data confirms activity, whale wallets consolidated, speculation about accumulation phases, order books thin, breakout possible, traders positioning, leverage high, funding rates rising, liquidation risks mounting, some fear shakeouts, others anticipate vertical surges, speculation thrives on uncertainty, rumors of supply shocks, escrow burns debated, token supply reduction predicted, scarcity narratives. Return, price forecasts adjust daily, some traders calling $10. Others conservative near $1, divergence of opinions fuels debate, speculation rises, social media amplifies extremes, influencers pushing predictions, fear of missing out spreading, retail investors stirred, institutions lurking, speculation about hidden accumulation, exchanges reporting withdrawals, self-custody rising, long-term holders unmoved, sentiment indexes neutral, funding flows steady, speculation driving expectations, price action compressing, candles tightening, volatility imminent, markets coiled, anticipation growing, forecasts louder, speculation unrelenting, XRP holding within narrow bands, buyers defending support, sellers testing resistance, liquidity zones clear, order blocks visible, speculation rising with every candle, price forecasts multiplying, analysts watching EMA crosses, weekly closes critical, monthly chart suggesting strength, speculation intensifies as patterns mature, traders citing historical fractals, past bull runs compared, cycle theories resurfacing, speculation of 4-year rhythm, having events linked, Bitcoin dominance scrutinized, altcoin season chatter, XRP at center, forecasts optimistic, others cautious. Speculation thrives on uncertainty, news cycles fast, every regulatory headline shaking charts, SEC case behind Ripple, clarity opening gates, speculation of institutional contracts signed quietly, corridors preparing, liquidity providers testing rails, speculation tied to tokenization boom, real-world assets entering ledgers, bond markets tokenized, speculation of trillions flowing, price targets expanding, $100 memes resurfacing, $500 whispers, skeptics scoffing, believers doubling down, speculation dividing communities, yet demand undeniable. Transaction volume steady, ledger activity consistent. Speculation of payment providers integrating, swift alternatives emerging, central bank pilots mentioned, speculation about digital dollar, digital euro, interoperability promised, Ripple positioned. Price forecasts reflect narratives, some technical, some emotional, speculation adds heat, traders thrive in chaos, whales manipulate, retail reacts, exchanges benefit, speculation cycles endless, data shows patterns, crowd behavior predictable, XRP sentiment oscillates, greed index rising, fear, index receding, speculation fills the gap, analysts writing papers, banks issuing reports. Media covering trends, speculation spreads, price action delivers fuel, sudden green candles ignite, retracements shake weak hands, consolidations bore, then explosive moves follow, speculation renewed, forecasts updated, influencers louder, communities energized, speculation driving liquidity, charts aligning with narratives, wedge breaking, triangle dissolving, price targets activated, traders posting entries, stops calculated, profits taken, losses absorbed, speculation continues, long-term, investors unfazed, short-term traders nervous, leverage high, liquidation risks real. Speculation magnifies swings, fundamentals ignored, then rediscovered, Ripple business model strong, partnerships expanding, utility proven, speculation catching up, market cap rising, global rank climbing. Investors take notice, analysts revising models, price forecasts inch upward, speculation explosive, the stage set, macro events looming, Fed decision critical, rate paths matter. Liquidity injections possible, speculation ties to policy, traders wait, volatility ahead, XRP positioned. Forecasts bullish, speculation endless, cycle unbroken, XRP narrative building, momentum gaining. Charts evolving, macro currents shifting, speculation dominating, investors scanning signals, accumulation footprints visible, exchange reserves fluctuating, whales moving funds, wallets consolidating, speculation linking flows to ETF preparation, institutions testing waters, OTC desks active, corridors absorbing, speculation layered, news cycles intensifying, mainstream outlets mentioning XRP, analysts debating targets, ranges tight, volatility brewing, speculation suggests coil before storm, charts compressed, energy stored, breakout inevitable, community sensing moment, social sentiment rising, hashtags trending, speculation of coordinated moves, price forecasters publishing aggressive models, Fibonacci extensions projecting highs, Elliott waves drawn, speculation about supercycle, Ripple partners expanding in silence, deals signed discreetly, speculation of embargoed announcements, central banks integrating, pilot tests confirmed, corridors growing.